Alright guys, I need your help. So, as of when I'm recording this, I play in like a men's rec league with my dad, and our team just lost 16-0. Like, half our team didn't show up, like, people were busy. We only had one sub, and we were playing the best team in the league, and we just kind of got ran off the pitch. So, I need you guys to console me in the comments, because I'm upset. But, anyways, today we're talking about parallel processing again. I did that video back where I was talking about parallel drum compression, and I'm going to do it again here, just because I think it's good for reps, good to repeat it. But I also want to show you a trick on vocals to do it. So yeah, basically, if you don't remember, parallel processing, the best reason to do it is because you get to control your original dry signal and your wet signal independently of each other. So instead of just putting everything on the channel insert, and you don't have to do this all the time, you honestly shouldn't do it all the time, but it's very good to do on a lot of things. So first of all, I'll show you this is just some drum and bass thing I made at some point. I can't even remember when I made it. Yeah. Let's just play it. Alright, cool. So, cool little drum and bass beat. Now, if you've noticed, at least I think, the vocals sound a little bit hollow here. I turned them down a bit because they're kind of loud, but a little bit not super impactful, right? I mean, they sound fine, but I think we could spice them up a bit. So on the actual channel insert, I have a de-esser just to get rid of that sibilance, because I did pitch this sample up. And OTT, honestly, I turned this up too much, but usually I put an OTT on vocals because I like how it usually kind of brings them out a little bit more, I found. Actually, I'm going to get rid of this because I think the example would be better without it. And then EQ, just getting rid of some of those lows. So, parallel processing, right? Good way to do it. Just go to a second channel, name it like, I'd name this Vox Para, so parallel processing. You just put a bunch of stuff on it. So, compression, if you remember on the went into this all buttons mode on the 1176. Whatever compressor you use for vocals, you can really crank it because you're blending it in separately. Like this is the dry signal. You're blending it separately with this knob. Yeah, you can really overdo it. So like, I'm not playing the signal right now, but this is like I have all the buttons pressed, so the ratio is like 1 to I don't even know. Like it's very very high. We have high. This thing's diming it pretty consistently over here, because we're not going to have this channel up that much. I have an Cymatics Origin. This is like a downsampling lo-fi plugin, so this gives it some texture, some saturation. I have the saturation up really high. SSQ, I talked about this. I also have the saturation all the way up on this, so you can go very over the top, and I'm cutting some lows again. Parametric. Another compressor, and barrier, which I talked about. For more saturation. So basically, like this is going to sound really, really, really affected and processed. So let's listen to that on its own. So after, you have your two channels, your original one and the parallel one. You're going to go down here and link them. Now, this, you can't, at least the way I have this set up in this case, you can't use this to control like how much signals go into the reverb on these sends. You can use this knob. Can't do it here because it'll affect how much signal is getting into your plugins. So like the compressor won't get as much signal, sorry. But you can still fade it in with this fader. And I think it's actually like easier to do it right here. So I'm going to unhook the original from the master, and we're going to listen to just the like process signal. So yeah, it's very, very, very processed. So if we put this one back, we can turn this all the way down and kind of blend it into taste. You've got the most beautiful diamond eyes I've ever seen in my whole life. Skyline is jealous, I'm looking at you, how you shine. I can reach and touch. So yeah, there you go. Try it with a bunch of stuff. Also on your reverbs, you can like I have ROM on this, you can put more things on here to affect the reverb. So let's say I also wanted to like saturate the reverb, could put a saturation knob thing on here. So reverb sends are kind of like a form of parallel processing, a little bit different. So yeah, before signing off, I'm gonna do it with the drums on this again, even though I already did it in another video. So we got all the drums here. We're gonna go here and make a drum bus. and route all of these to it. And I do it one at a time because I keep forgetting what the shortcut is for this. So if someone knows, tell me, please. Got the perk and open hat. Cool. Everything's on the drum bus now. And now we route this bus to another channel, and I usually name it like compression. I'll just name it comp to save time. I like the 1176 for this. And we're going to turn it all the way down. But we can still, so we can't hear it, but we can still see the signal here. Going to hit shift on the ratio. Now, you don't have to do this, but I like the all buttons mode because remember, we're trying to really, really heavily compress it so that we can blend in that super heavily compressed signal. Fast attack and slow release. Remember on the 1176, this is slow and this is fast. So yeah, slow and fast. It's very weird. This is looking pretty good. All right, let's slowly blend the compressed in. Sweet. There you go. And you can also do like a reverb send. I will do that usually with my drums too. Obviously, it is adding a lot of gain, so gain matching can be a little bit difficult, but I know there are ways to get around it. I just don't. So yeah, anyways, another video on parallel processing. Go do it on your vocals, on whatever. Go do it.